And from the boys to gaming with the boys, Josh is back once again with an absolutely massive gaming roundup this month. Welcome, 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 Josh.
Thank you very much. Yep, as promised from the last episode, weekend just gone, we had Summer Games Fest weekend, so we've got a whole load of news to cover. We're going to be going over the games, the sort of bigger games that we're likely to play and are interested in, rather than listing every game, because we'll be here for hours otherwise.
Yeah.
So did you boys tune in, check it out?
We watched Ubisoft Forward. I didn't watch the Xbox Showcase. I didn't even go back and watch it.
I went back and watched the Xbox and the main one because I missed the main one. So yeah, I've seen all the showcase. I think there was only the second day there was some like indie one that I didn't watch.
They always do the indie dev one straight after Summer Games Fest. I also haven't checked that out. I've only watched the big three.
There we go. We are AAA snobs, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, it's Friday night, kicked off Summer Games Fest. Jeff came out and addressed all the layoffs in the gaming industry, which was a complaint from the Game Awards. Everyone sort of said that they didn't address it enough. But he came out first thing of the whole showcase, get it out there.
Yeah, which was good.
We always love to see that. And then first thing up was something that we are going to talk about briefly. Lego Horizon Adventures coming holiday this year. It was sort of rumored that there was going to be a Lego Horizon game. This one doesn't look like a story as in it follows the story of the game. This one sort of seems more open world.
Yeah.
I don't like Lego Worlds type thing as opposed to just a story.
It
looks cool.
Feels a bit like they've taken stuff they learned in the Fortnite Lego, like open world.
It looked at one point I thought it might be. Hang on a minute, is this going to be in Fortnite? But
yeah,
no,
I thought it was. Is this about to be an expansion because they're doing some partnership with Fortnite? But
it feels like a game that doesn't need to exist.
Yeah, but it's Lego.
It's just Lego, and they're just fun. People who like Lego will play it. People who like Horizon will play it.
Yeah, it's essentially like a Lego game for the PlayStation fans.
Yeah,
pretty much.
So it's a strange one for sure.
But then back-to-back bangers straight after that one, second in the show, Quidditch Champions, which I know we've been specifically us three have been waiting for this one quite a long time. September 3rd, it will be released supposedly on all platforms. I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, I'm so excited. One of my favorite PS2 games was Harry Potter's Quidditch World Cup. Goated game where you could play as one of the nations and you could go for like a World Cup tournament and stuff. It was fucking awesome. I love that game so much. The fact that we're getting a new Quidditch game is lit.
Do we know if it's like, because obviously the trailer showed sort of top down and like third person? Is it like FIFA style camera angle?
We don't know yet. So. We only had a cinematic trailer from what I remember seeing. I don't recall any actual gameplay, so I suppose we're gonna have to wait and find out. Unless I'm wrong on that.
Because part of me would love like a third person, but I feel like that would be chaotic.
Yeah. It's a weird one how they do it.
If Quidditch Pro Clubs is a thing, it has to happen.
We will be there. We will be there.
Quidditch
Ultimate Team. So much fun. Yeah, it'll be so much fun.
I was intrigued though that it was sort of a cartoony art style as opposed to like the realism of Hogwarts Legacy.
I think cartoony I'm happy better for this, yeah. It'll actually do more crazy stuff.
It also helps them kind of stand away from that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Something a bit different in it. Following this, we had Star Wars Outlaws, which we will be discussing later on when we cover the Ubisoft showcase. Civilization 7 is coming in 2025. I don't know if either of you play sim games.
So I played a hell of a lot of Civ 5.
Okay.
Back when it was like, they had loads of DLC. Then they brought out Civ 6, and the typical thing that happens is, oh, this is a game with no DLC and like hardly any content. So then me and my mates just didn't play it, and then it kind of died off. So I'm excited for another Civ game. It's been a while.
Yeah,
I've never been a Civ player.
Yeah, same. But the fan base is huge, and I know they've been waiting for this one for quite a while.
Yeah, the reactions from Civ players has been very, very
it's
good.
Always fun to play as Gandhi and get nukes. What can I say?
I mean, when you put it like that, fair enough. We then had Power Rangers Rita's Rewind, which is like an old school beat 'em up, similar to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Shredder's Revenge. If you've seen any gameplay on that,
and the old Jackie Chan Adventures game.
Yep, similar art style to that. And then next up, Mecha Break is getting a beta this summer. Hori, we know you're the mecha guy.
Yeah,
Any thoughts on this one?
I didn't realize when I first saw this is what Mecha Break was. I'd heard that as a upcoming mech game, but from what I've looked into since, it seems like it's like a arena match, like fight. Like you basically pick a mech, fight other people in mechs in a big arena map. So it looks like it could be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Looks like it'll be very fast paced, so that'll be interesting.
What more do mech fans want though, other than to just be a mech fighting other mechs?
You've got Armored Core, which is like a bit of a story based one, and we just want kit out a mech how we want and get to fight each other. Seems like it'll be a lot of fun.
Exactly.
So you will be there for the summer beta.
I probably will be, yeah.
Love it. Then we had Alan Wake 2 Night Springs DLC, which looks fantastic. There's 3 separate stories, and they include characters from other Remedy games. I know Control was one of them. I've still not got around to playing Alan Wake 2, but that looks fantastic. So I will be coming to that eventually. And then the one next up, we are very mixed thoughts on this one. Skate did get shown because I believe not last year, the year before, I want to say. It was either last year or the year before at the Xbox or Summer Games Fest. The name Skate got dropped, and we basically haven't heard anything since. We had this one. It was sort of a comedy sketch to introduce sort of, I don't even know what it was
more of a reveal. So I think it was about a year ago they dropped the name, and then they kind of announced it as like, yes, we are working on Skate, because for ages people were asking for Skate 4.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, we are working on it. We are going to show the work, like us developing the game. And then on their socials I've followed, like they've shown like just basic blocked out worlds, and basically showed like them as they've built mechanics, and really showed like the development process.
Yeah, because there was a alpha, wasn't there, where people were skating on literally like Minecraft looking maps.
So they've kept showing different things. From what I've seen over the year of that, it's gonna have like parkour a bit more, so you can basically, they were like, we realized people like to climb onto the most random buildings and jump off it on a skateboard. Let's make it easier and more fun. It still has all the same skate mechanics from what I've seen as well. They put a one up after this, where if you remember on Skate 3, the little circle at the bottom, and depending where you did the thumbstick, they seem to have kept that the same. I'm very excited for this. I wish there was a release date, but
I'm surprised there was no sort of indication on it. There is a playtest later this year. I
think this is because they've been very much, we're going to show this in development. This is them just being like, look, we're a bit closer now to a beta for you guys.
Yeah, the note on the trailer creased me. Bottom right, it said like pre-alpha gameplay, just to put it out there that this is not anywhere near final.
Did you spot in the little like montage trailer the guy doing the roly-poly down the steps?
No, I don't.
Do you remember in Skate 3, if you went in ragdoll mode, you could do the roll and keep like bouncing and keep rolling forward? They've kept that in by the looks of it.
That's nice. Con, any thoughts on Skate? Did you play Skate 3 a lot?
I was more of a Tony Hawk kind of guy.
I mean, valid. I played.
I mean, it was good. It was good. Don't get me wrong.
The thing was, around the time when I was interested in skating games was Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2.
So like PS2 era.
Yeah, by the time Skate had come round, it wasn't my cup of tea at all. I did play a bit of Skate 3. I think at one point it was on Games with Gold.
Yeah, like a Game with Gold, yeah.
Yeah, or my friend might have given me his disc for a bit, but it was never something I owned and played a lot of, no. But I am aware that people have been waiting for it for a long time. And it is cool that they've kind of done a very transparent development for it, where once they said it is happening, they've like given people semi-regular updates of this is what it's looking like, and yeah, it's taking a while, but we want to make it really good.
Yep, fair enough. And then following this, there was one that intrigued a bunch of us because we like the game, not necessarily console. Valorant is coming to console. Did it have a date? I know there was playtests.
The playtest start
coming
tomorrow.
Up soon. Yeah.
Or yesterday, if this goes out.
Okay.
I
So,
am
yeah.
very mixed.
So
I think
They-
it is they always said they were going to do it for a while now. I think it can work better than CS did when they tried to do console, but I think a lot of console players will find it very slow paced.
Yep.
So what they've already done a secret playtest with people like Nadeshot and creators, and some of the gameplay from that was used and has been shown about. And what they've said is the game is, although it is still Valorant, it's been completely rebuilt for consoles, which means it's not a port, which should mean it performs much better, which should make it a nicer experience to play. Instead of having to change how Valorant functions, they've added this new focus mode, which is like halfway between hipfire and ADS. There is a very, very small amount of aim assist, but hardly noticeable apparently. I think the big selling point for it to me is that it's cross progression and cross skins, but not cross play. So if I create my Xbox account and I want to take my Xbox when I'm going away for a couple of weeks for whatever reason, and I want to play a bit of Valorant and I can still use my skins, I can. Even if PC will still be the main platform.
Yeah, because I think all three of us have our Valorant linked to our Xbox Game Pass and stuff anyway, don't we? Already.
Exactly.
Um,
And I mean, depending on how they choose to do it, this version that's currently for Xbox and PlayStation could be made available as like a Steam Deck version or a Rogue Ally version,
True.
which adds a lot of usefulness to this version of the game. But I do agree that console players, people who've only ever played console games, are going to find this very slow.
yeah.
It'll be interesting as well, considering every game Riot makes, they also are very competitive and esports focused with it. Obviously, Valorant on PC, from the get-go, they wanted to grow the esports side. It'll be interesting to see if console picks up and is popular. Do they then start a console VCT or just like a separate little console league?
It would have to go nuclear, I think.
I can't see it myself unless it literally like blows up.
Unless PlayStation and Xbox players collectively go, we've been waiting for a game like this forever. I don't think you're gonna see it.
I think it's cool regardless. Get a whole new
Yeah.
audience who don't have PCs and thought that looks a cool game. They might watch it now. They got a chance to play it themselves.
Yeah, I think people have realised now that people who are going to buy PCs for games like Valorant and CS and games that are PC only, they've already got PCs or will already get a PC. The people who are on consoles just like having a console. They don't want a PC, so you've now got to find a way to get to them. The big shock to console players is going to be the microtransaction prices. They're not ready for Valorant skin prices.
I don't know, mate. Have you seen Call of Duty these days?
Oh, don't worry. League still beats them all.
Right, following Valorant, we had Slitterhead, which was a horror game by the Silent Hill devs that comes out later this year, November 8th, just after Halloween. Killer Bean, coming out summer 24. Horror, I know we had a good laugh talking about this one. It is literally in the name. It's a cartoon bean that looks like it's in a GTA mission, going around shooting people, throwing grenades.
It's like GTA meets Max Payne, but you are, like you say, a bean.
A bean, a literal bean.
Is it a sandbox game? Like, I know obviously it's a bit of a meme game. Is there supposed to be a story to go alongside it?
I think it'll be like GTA style story where it's like open world, but there's a bit of a story mission.
It's a little bit linear.
Got you.
It'll be. It looks balanced.
It'll be a fun one to. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, could be a fun one for you to stream. I'll definitely be tuning into that one. Then we had Wonder Stop, which is a farming sim, but sort of with an eerie twist. One that I have on my radar.
Stanley Parable.
The next one. Sorry, God, did you have something to say there?
No, so what is it? It's just spooky farming.
So it was
a
like
spooky farming thing.
It was showing like tea shop thing, wasn't it? It was like a tea shop farm, and I was like, "Oh, I might send this to the girlfriend because it looks like a cozy little tea shop farm." And then it ends with like a PTSD moment, and it was like, "This is from the creators of Stanley Parable," and I was like, oh, this isn't going to be straightforward.
No, there's
It's,
going to be a twist.
It's giving. What's the fairy tale of the two kids who go to the witch's house that's made of like
Hansel
cotton
and
candy
Gretel.
and stuff?
Oh,
Hansel and
yeah.
Gretel.
Jack and
It's-
Jill.
No, they went up the
Hansel and
hill.
Gretel.
They went
one.
up the hill, yep.
Yeah,
But no, interesting it looks.
yeah, it could be wild.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I don't think it's my cup of tea. I think I'm a lot more boring than I like to think when it comes to it.
I don't want to talk about this next one. I'm sad.
Yeah,
about it.
Well, all right, we're going to come straight to you. New World DLC, October 15th. I thought the gameplay and stuff that they showed did actually look quite good. It might have just been cinematics actually, but
They have. This actually might be one of the worst marketing jobs in gaming. I'm not even kidding. So, New World's been out now for, I want to say 2 years, maybe 3 nearly.
I'm checking my playtime now.
It's PC game, MMO. It's not got the biggest player base, but it has a very dedicated player base that still want to see it succeed and have put up with a lot of rough edges, should we say. A few months back, New World does regular dev blogs and Q&As, and they're very transparent about a lot of stuff, which is great. A lot of the player base, like the core player base, watch those for updates and to see what's coming. Months ago, they were like, we have a big announcement coming in June for you all. Then went radio silent for several months. Everyone's very excited. This trailer comes out. New World Eternum. PC players are like, what the fuck is this? Okay, let's watch the dev blog. The dev blog talks to the viewer or the person watching the video as if they've never played the game and realize that this is about console, and they've redone the whole game for console, and all it talks about is the console. And obviously the people that watch those dev blogs are the PC players who've just been told to wait several months for an announcement. So understandably all pissed off, because it just feels like they've gone, oh, we're making the game for console now, screw you guys.
Is it cross progression?
No. Well, so
Oh, that's a good question actually.
so
already worse than Valorant. Crazy.
well, it's MMOs is tough, but like basically they did that. Understandably, everyone then went to Steam and it went to negative, like majority negative.
Recent
It got-
reviews is overwhelmingly negative,
Yes.
and it's become mixed overall. I don't know what it was
So-
before though.
It went overwhelmingly negative. Then they had to put out a tweet and be like, we have an announcement coming for you in a couple of days, PC. Like, they realized they fucked up. People that like put news about it pieced together through like multiple different articles of what they've reported on this update, have found like, oh, there is stuff coming for PC. They just had to fucking grab it from like 10 different sources and figure out what they're getting. Essentially, they'd reworked all the starter story stuff. They've reworked some of like how you first pick your character and stuff to make it for console and make it a smoother, basically polished it and then given it to console. PC's getting all that, and there is cross-play. But if you want to play cross-play as a PC player, it's only on new starter worlds, which means you have to start a new character
Start all
again.
over again.
Which I get, it's an MMO. You can't really just have the console people getting chucked in with all the people that are max level.
Yeah.
Like, it
True.
makes sense.
I didn't think about that.
It's just like obviously the PC community is just frustrated, because then we did get a dev blog and they were like, oh yeah, there'll be an announcement for PC in October. So now they've got to wait another like 4 months. So
I won't lie, I didn't even know the game was still being supported.
Yeah.
I've just checked my Steam. Last played October 2021.
I never played it.
I
Well,
played the
I'm looking at
shit out of
playtime
it.
now. Hori has 490 hours of New
That's
World
me. Yeah.
on Steam.
I want to say half of that was cutting down trees.
Yeah, I remember your logging phase. Yeah,
I hit
yeah,
max
yeah.
level logging so fucking fast in that game. That was my personal achievement.
He says so fast. It took 200 hours.
I mean, that was like level 200 logging or something, which, yeah, it was a lot. But they brought a DLC out like a few months back, which was like their first paid expansion. Apparently it was quite good. It's just now they've just pissed off their main player base, which is
Well, October 15th. Do you reckon you'll be there, Hori?
Yes, he will.
I don't know if I will because PC only get access to it if they've bought the expansion.
Ah,
So I'd have to buy the expansion, which it's a bit of a mess.
I would love for an MMO to grab me so that I can no life one, but literally no MMO has ever been able to hold my attention.
Yeah,
It's
I
crazy.
checked that I only had 40 hours, so I must have.
I think you did
remember,
like the first week because it was lockdown.
Yeah, there was like the first 2 weeks. It was during COVID.
Mm.
There was lots, and we got a server of group of us lot, and we
Yeah,
was
there
all
was
playing
sort of
it.
Tom and
Yeah,
and all them.
Chris and then we started playing, and then I think another game came out, and off I went.
Probably.
That's just what it was. Speaking of games that have been and gone, Power World is getting a huge DLC. Is it going to be enough to bring us back, or has that been and gone?
Tempting. I am tempted, I have to say, because it's a new island. Essentially,
I would very much have to look at the content.
It's new island, second
everything,
some new pals, new variations of pals. So essentially, again, like second gen or the start of second gen. A new boss, a new raid, a new like oil rig stronghold location that you can go and fight at.
So here's my thing with Power World. It's a solid game. I'm not slandering the game at all. It was a fad game when it came out. It is better quality than a fad game is, but it was a fad game. And for me and the way I play games, it'd be the kind of game that would sit in like a Minecraft category of I will only ever play it when I get that itch. And then any new stuff that's come out since I last played, I will just experience when I'm ready. It's the exact same thing. The problem is, the next time I get the itch for a game like that, am I going to go to Power World or am I going to go to Minecraft? Chances are I'm going to go to Minecraft.
See, I feel like I get a very specific Minecraft itch. I think I could get the itch to play Power World again, whether it's when this DLC comes out or there's like a second one's come out. I don't know. But that's kind of how the dev spoke out and said he expects people to play it. Like,
yeah.
When someone questioned him, like, "Oh, all your player base is dropping off," he's like, "Yeah, as long as like if people have had fun and they want to wait and come back when there's more content again, that's fine."
There was not limited, but there was relatively limited content when the first game came out. They were the game first.
I don't
came
think
out.
People anyone,
ran
let alone
through
the
it.
devs, expected it to be so big. That's why, I suppose.
This is the weird thing with focusing on concurrent players, which a lot of people do. There will be a story game that comes out that people want to hate, and then they'll be like, "Oh, look, 2 weeks later, and half your player base goes." It's like, yeah, they finised the game. They've completed it and they've moved on with their life. I don't know what you expect. It is what it is. I will, no doubt, some point go back and play Power World again. Maybe it'll be after the DLC. Maybe it won't be. Maybe it'll be after the DLC after this one. Who knows? But it's not enough to make me go, "Oh, I have to check that out day one."
Yeah, it was like you say, survival games for me. I sort of binge it for a week or two, and then I get bored and come back to it at a later date. I personally don't think I will be jumping back, even if you two are like, "Do you want to hop on?" I'll probably be like, "I'm not sure." And then to end Summer Games Fest night one, we had a extended trailer for Phantom Blade Zero, which I'm very much looking forward to. However, I wasn't happy, and this might just sound selfish. Ending one of the biggest nights in gaming without a date was just very surprising to me. There's play tests in different countries throughout the rest of the year. And to me, just ending such a big showcase with a game that we've already seen and not given a date, it's just a bit... which is a shame because the game looks fantastic, and every time it's been shown at a showcase, I'm looking forward to it. It's just no date at such a big event. It just surprised me, to be honest. Yeah. So overall grading for this showcase,
I thought it was very solid.
Yeah, I'm wavering between 6.5 and a 7.
I think I'm right there with you.
Some of the games did speak to me, and I do want to play. A lot of the stuff looks cool for people in certain niches, like Civ 7 was obviously a huge pop. It's just dates. Phantom Blade not getting a date. Skate showing that trailer and not giving a date. It was just there wasn't anything that like jumped out at me.
Also, was there anything new?
Yeah,
mean,
a lot
Civ
of
7,
this.
Quidditch.
Yeah, Civ 7, Alan Wake DLC, like none of that was rumored to my best knowledge. Don't
But
get me on that.
Wonderstruck,
Lego
New
was
World.
rumored. There was rumors about a year ago that we were getting a new Quidditch game, but no one knew how true that was, so I won't count that.
Yeah, that was
Star Wars
I had no
Outlaws we
idea.
already knew was coming.
Yep.
Power Rangers might have been leaked. We
That-
wouldn't know. We're not plugged in.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that. The people that I watched, that was a pop for them, so I don't think that had been leaked, which is cool.
Mecha Break was known that it was in development, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was known of, but not really much about.
Alan Wake DLC we didn't know. Skate everyone knows. Valorant again has been rumored for ages it was coming to console. I don't know about Slitterhead.
Slitterhead and Killer Bean were both new. Not sure
Okay.
about Wonderstop.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? There's no, and don't get me wrong, I get it's because it's part of the weekend and we've got some big surprises coming on later. But as part of this showcase, there's nothing really that causes the internet to go what? And it's just that's always what I want. And I know it's unrealistic to expect that at every showcase, but it always hurts it when there isn't one. Yeah, I'd be going like a firm 6.
Was it? I'm probably like 7, 8 because there's quite a few of those that I'm actually excited for, and dates don't bother me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Was it Summer Game Fest where there was that koala break out of prison one, or was that Xbox?
And then on to Monday. I believe a couple of you may have watched this one live.
We did.
I watched the recap. This one was more of a expanding on what we already knew, getting gameplay and as
some
opposed
news.
to big reveals. And yeah,
There was one very large reveal, I feel.
I mean, there was one that absolutely tickled my balls. But we're going to start off Star Wars Outlaws. 30th of August. We all knew it was coming. It was just a more deep dive into it, and I'm pretty sure all three of us are pretty excited for it.
Yes.
I would say every time we've talked about it, I've been the least like hyped because I'm very tentative when. Okay, yeah, I'm very anti Ubisoft because they've burnt me too many times over the years, and often their open world like RPG games feel very empty. So I was very worried. I will say what they showed looked really fucking good.
It looks beautiful.
Has definitely raised things for me. So.
I am definitely excited for it. I will be there. What I did say, and I do stand by, is that recently there's been a tweet going around that's trending of someone who downloaded like 100 mods for Starfield to make it a Star Wars game. Starfield with them 100 mods looks like a more enjoyable Star Wars game than this does.
No.
That's where I sit on it.
Starfield shit, pass it on.
It's so funny because when Starfield got announced, you two were more excited for it than me, and you guys convinced me to give it a chance. Because I was like, "Oh, I'm not sure." And
Yeah,
you
then
guys were like, "Nah, it's
Bethesda
going to be really
revealed
good. It's
details
going to be really
about
good."
it, and I was like,
And then I'm the one who
bait.
actually played it. Did either of you even have? Did either of you ever even play it?
I put a couple of hours in. It's just not for me. I'm not a Bethesda. I don't like any Bethesda game.
Because I've
I wasn't
played a few like space-based RPG, I know from things that it was missing, I would be disappointed. So but this looks good. Outlaws, I'm excited. I'm more excited than I was. I'm still very careful because skeptical is the right word. I will say, if we're going to be on Tatooine, I need to be able to do pod racing.
Oh mate, well there was pods shown.
Well, there's speed bikes and stuff, so it's like, give me the ability to have a pod and do pod racing. Like all the mechanics are there.
I think that's fair.
So
let me race.
I will hope that will sell the game for me if that does get announced.
See one glimpse of that you're in.
Yeah,
that'd be a huge reveal for like the last showcase before the game launches. Just be like, and there will be pod racing.
We've still got over 2 months till launch. I do think we might see one more, even if it's just like a shadow drop on Twitter, a tweet. But another one to look forward
Speaking
to.
of Shadows.
Speaking of RPG, big RPG Ubisoft games, sorry. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Obviously, we knew it was coming. We knew the date, I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
We just got another deep dive into the gameplay, and it looks beautiful again.
It looks class. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
There's a lot of cool mechanics they've added in. I mean, everyone for the longest time since like Brotherhood have been wanting a Japanese themed, like samurai themed one. So
And then Ghost came out, and everyone was like, "Okay, we need this in Assassin's Creed
proper,
now."
yeah, proper one.
Yeah.
So
This looked. Some of the combat looked very Ghost of Tsushima. Whether it will be, because that was very punishing, very sort of parry. Obviously, Assassin's Creed is never normally that.
no,
I'm
it's
intrigued to
quick-
see
it's
how
like
the
quick time
yeah.
parrying. It'll be similar, I think, to normal systems that we're now used to with Assassin's Creed, with
I
this
think
like added
the-
weather system that's going to add things to it.
I think the idea is you've got the ninja character, who is the more traditional Assassin's Creed character, and then they're trying to expand slightly by having the samurai who isn't focused on stealth. I think it will very much use the same combat systems we're used to, but just add a bit more to them. I think what they did in that was use a lot of camera tricks and gameplay tricks to make it look Ghost of Tsushima. I don't think it'll be anywhere near as punishing as Ghost of Tsushima.
No, definitely not. It's just not that type of game. I'm very much. I like the whole dual protagonist thing. Different play styles. Obviously, I've mentioned it before. The last Assassin's Creed Mirage was a much shorter experience, where this is going to be like a full-fledged Assassin's Creed. So, I've pre-ordered it. I will be there day one with my steelbook. Very much looking forward to it. And then we had a Prince of Persia breakdown. They showed a few different things actually. Just started off Lost Crown DLC coming September, I believe. Looks very good. Then they showed some of their 2D
indie developed, like
2D, which looks pretty cool.
It does.
Metroidvania-esque.
We
type
said
of
when we were
experience.
watching it live that we really liked the art style of that, and we were glad that they were doing something with the Prince of Persia IP again instead of letting it rot, because they haven't done anything really good with it since Sands of Time back on the 360.
Oh, speaking of,
well, this is the thing. We were
This
watching
is
it
the thing.
live, and I was like, oh. If only they were going to do a Sands of Time remake when they said we've got something else. And
I
it's just
shit
like
you not,
indie
he
thing.
said that.
And then it finishes the indie one, and then it shows another Prince of Persia thing, and it's like a cinematics going, and we're like, no, this isn't.
no way, it can't be.
And it
So, yeah.
was.
We lost our mind in the call.
So Sands
We
of
will
Time
be there.
remake has been slated for 2026, which I believe is one of the only games that has been given a window of 2026 that we sort of know about.
Yes.
So it's a weird one because obviously it was supposed to be remastered and dropped in like 2021. Never happened. And then we just didn't hear anything.
Yeah,
And now they're
it
back.
got dropped when they realised they couldn't remaster it because it was so old. And
And
everyone was like,
now-
oh, that's that dead in the water now. And now instead they've gone, no, we decided we're
It
going to do it
seems like
properly
actually
and
there
remake it.
there are a lot of people that want this. So I played it on like PC back in. I was like an absolute offspring.
I think I actually played it on PSP.
I had the disc for the 360.
I had it on PC and I loved it. I've been waiting for it for ages. My mate, obviously, I wasn't watching it at the time. My mate texted me saying, "You're going to be buzzy at something that they've just announced," and I was so intrigued as to what it could be. Watched the showcase the following morning, and I popped while working. I very much, but then we got a 2-year wait. So
I mean, we've got enough
Always the
next
way.
year to keep us busy. So
you're not wrong there.
This
Speaking
is
of
what happens with exciting games, though. Every time there's an exciting game announced, it's always announced so far in advance because it's an exciting game that you do have to wait for years for it.
Elder Scrolls 6.
oh, mate, you're going to get
It's
that.
never coming. It's never coming.
3074 or something. You're just
I'll
gonna
be there.
Skeleton
cryo
horizontal
freeze,
rise,
cryo freeze,
rises
waiting
from
for the
day.
And then for the major games that sort of would interest us from the showcase, XDefiant.
Season 1.
We've been playing it a lot recently. Season 1
Not
did
that
indeed
we
get announced.
would partake in any sort of enjoyment of someone that might leak information about a game. I knew.
Fuck that! I love leakers and data miners. They're the goat.
I mean,
Give me that information.
We've been following a few things that have been like people have been finding out about season 1.
Yeah.
It seems to all be true. It looks cool. They're bringing Rainbow Six Operator in.
Yeah.
The abilities look cool.
More importantly, a trophy system.
Yeah, trophy system's one of them. For the people that played Rainbow Six, they'll recognize straight away the abilities and stuff. Yeah, I mean, if it's 20 days or something till that comes out.
I was about to say, when does that? Do we have a date on ranked play yet?
I think
I believe ranked is coming with season 1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
On July 2nd.
I mean, on the game, we've got like 20 days left, and my understanding is their plan is to finish season 0 and start season 1 on the same day at the same time, which means they're hoping for no downtime. But we all know that.
Yeah, I was about to say that's bold. Yeah.
Yeah,
They've
bold for
been doing,
Ubisoft.
They've been doing like 1 hour downtimes anytime they've done downtime, so I assume their goal is still to just do a 1 hour
Probably.
downtime.
So we'll see. But well loving the game, so excited for season 1 of that to come around.
Yeah, we will be there.
And that was the games that I consider major from the weekend. There's a lot of other games that you should check out. If you haven't watched any of the showcases, feel free to go and check them out. Any games that you do like the look of, add them to your watch list. It helps the devs massively. Just a quick one. What do we give the Ubisoft showcase? I'm going 7. I feel like it was.
Yeah, I'd say
is what it is, really.
It's 7-8, similar to how the main one was. Though the fact of Sands of Time remake has got me
that was
very
a big
excited.
pop.
Obviously,
It had a big pop and good coverage and deep dives into, because especially with Outlaws,
Yeah,
I know
that's
a lot of people wanted a bit more information on it.
That's the thing. They might not have had as many announcements because obviously it's just Ubisoft, but they did the deep dives, which was good. We got to see a lot more of the games they do have coming.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, love
Do
it.
Do we feel that the Summer Game Fest is now just the new E3?
Oh,
yes,
100%.
we've lost E3 forever.
Well,
Yeah,
we
it's
know
definitely
E3's over.
dead.
Yeah, E3.
No, but I don't even think there's a spot for someone to like buy the branding and try and bring it back. I think it is conceptually. There's no room for it now, which sucks.
Which it sucks, but I'm also glad that we've got something that is stepped into that role.
Yeah, Jeff's sort of taken the reins and organises a good weekend as opposed to a full week.
But before I was even in like the content space, even consuming content, back when I didn't even regularly watch YouTube or anything, I would still keep an eye on E3 because E3 was bigger than just content creators, which meant when before I was watching YouTube or knew what Twitch was or any of that, I was like, one day I'd love to fly out and be out there for an entire week of E3. And now that's just gone forever, which is like really fucking
but you
sad.
can go to Summer Games Fest.
Yeah, it's not the same, breath. Anyway,
it will be in a few years.
We got Gamescom in August?
Maybe.
Always go to Gamescom, mate, in Germany if you want. But yeah, next month's episode we'll be back to normal. We'll have an extra month of games and scores, Metacritic scores to catch up on. And
Well, season 1 of Extra Fight will be out, so we'll have played that.
Indeed, we can give a little bit of feedback on that as well.
We'll see how high we've carried Hurry Up.
Please do.
But anyway, thank you as always for hanging out with us, Josh. We appreciate you, and we'll catch you next month.
See you later.
See you next month.